Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play SimCity. And we are still in the same region as last time. What you're seeing here is Half Moon Banks, a city I was kind of playing with while I was watching a little bit of TV and having a grand old time with. And I don't know, I thought it was nifty keen. I just wanted to show it to you before we go back to our other towns. So, where are we at? I can't remember if I ended up transferring money over to Starlight Fields or not. I'm actually going to have to double check that. It's been a little while since I played. I tend to play games in spurts, so I'll play like a ton of SimCity, pre-recorded stuff, upload it over time, and no, I do not have the money. I really thought that I had transferred some cash over, though. No, there we go. Okay. We are totally fine. Am I just dreaming? Did I not come in and I had like no money? I think I just received some. So, we had started to kind of plot out some of the maps, so let's go ahead and continue to fill that in. I believe I'd had a couple ideas for maybe what to do with these avenues here. There you go. There's the simoleon gift. That's exactly what I was looking for. And mostly, I really just have to get these avenues connected up, and then we can start populating the inner bits. I had debated actually going and doing an avenue off to the angle this way, which would certainly be very nice. But I think that I'm not going to do that. I think that I'm just going to, well, we'll see. First, I'm going to complete this stuff here and here. Sometimes you have to jiggle a little bit on the ends to get them to line up the way that you really want them to. Alright. And I think that's a lovely middle. I think we'll do some cool stuff. I think... I definitely don't want the whole four-way cross. What I think I'm going to do here is just get rid of some of these lines like that, and that'll be a pretty good structure. Okay, it's time for me to finally commit to some damn thing with these guys, and... Alright, let me do one more double check of something here. Let's say we extend our road out this way. That will give us a nice line for that. You know what? I think we'll be okay. We'll see how it goes. Why did it do that? That was weird. Hold shift to force that. Bit of a close intersection, but you know what? I think it's going to be fine. Let's get these guidelines going so I can do this. And same thing here, like that. And then what do I want? I want the medium density avenue. Actually, I want to continue. Again, I don't know why it's skipping like that. It's like my whole computer's kind of lagging, actually. Hopefully, that doesn't mean the video is going to stutter. I don't think I've got anything running in the background. This is very weird. Alright, and we'll extend you out this way. Now, how close did I come over here? Well, pretty much the whole way. I think what I did is this, and then I think I just took out just enough of a chunk there that we'll be able to do a nice connection. Alright, I can't spend all my money, although I do have enough. I think we're not going to go bankrupt just laying down these roads, so what the hell. Let's get the whole grid down. And this should actually work out very, very nicely for a lot of navigation around the city. I can come back and actually make those round corners later. And by later, I probably mean right away, because otherwise I'm going to be kind of OCD about things. Whoa, no. Okay, hold on. Alright, go ahead and extend out. And then we'll do that. And then we'll bulldoze that. There. Okay, now we can switch to our arc tool. Arc? What the heck is going on? Arc? What is going on? Arc tool, why aren't you arcing? What? Okay, maybe I haven't bulldozed enough. That's entirely possible. There we go. Okay, I guess that's it. So, get rid of the intersection. And that's probably not going to be enough either. I think we need to do that much. I'm going to build the whole city, find out my intersection corners are not the same size. So this again, yeah, that'll be the broken. Pull it back. Okay, no, that's good. Alright, I'm comfortable. Stop. Yeah, something's happening where it's not responding to the clicks in perfect real time. But that's okay, as long as we pay attention. So, we've got that, and let's do the same thing here, actually, where we extend this road out that way. Yeah, this, and straight, and I like it. And then bulldoze that, and that, and that, and that. We could even start building at this point. Power situation, let's take a look. Hopefully we can import a fair amount. There's a decent amount of power, a decent amount of that. Did it? It didn't go there either. And by a little bit of sewage. Good, okay, so we're going to be okay for a little while. Now, there is room to build on the outside here, and we could do it. It probably will create a little bit of traffic, so it'd be nice to avoid, generally speaking. In fact, what I think I'm even going to do, just to kind of reinforce the idea not to build on this outer avenue, even though it's going to kill a little bit of our space, I think it's going to look nice to have, let's use the tall tree rows. This is going to act, I mean, in actual cities, they do this sort of thing too, because they act like sound barriers. So the tall tree row, we can just extend. What it does is it blocks sound from the major highways. It sucks that I have to keep selecting it. And stops it from hitting the residential areas. Plus, it just looks really nice. Oh. Oh. Well, that's no good, because I'm not going to be able to build it there. Shoot. Alright, let's not go with that plan. Well, I could go back and make a square corner over here, but I think I want to avoid. Frankly, having a square corner intersection here is not going to slow down traffic that much. The more I think about it. I mean, it's not like there's a four-way stop. They're not going to have to wait for much at all. I guess it even gives some U-turn opportunities, so there's some value in doing that. Interesting. The City Hall, I think I'm going to stick... Oh, there's... Really? Not enough room? These guys were just in here as spacers. I can definitely get rid of these tree rows. But I'm quite surprised with City Hall. Wow. There should definitely be enough room here. Oh, right. I forgot it builds long. No, I'm being silly. Okay. I may want it in the central block. I think it would just look nice. Let's get rid of this stuff. Let's figure out what we want to do with this space. I mean, this is going to be a high-density town, but we also want it to look kind of pleasant. You know? Name your city. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. I'm sure there have been plenty of recommendations, but I actually have to go through all of the comments and double-check what they are. So, how do I want to zone my actual places where people will actually live? Well, it's a good question. Now, do we want to have another avenue that comes off of these things and have that feed into the more localized neighborhoods? Or are we done with avenues? No, I think we need a little bit more avenue-age. Give me some more guidelines. Yeah, maybe just on the outside like this will be fine. Come on. Actually, we'll go ahead and have them line up now. That's okay. And we'll just trim these off later on. Yeah, I'm going to create another kind of inner loop area, although this one will actually have stuff on it. We might end up with a little wasted space. It's probably not the way I want to do it, actually. It's so wide. That's designed for having other buildings on there. You know what? That's no good. Hold on. Undo, undo, undo. That's not what I want at all. I was lying to you. What I want to do is something like this. And like that. And then what I want to do is build whatever kind of density avenue. Feel like that's a little too far. There we go. This is the distance I want. Whoa! I did not mean to turn the view around. All right. So, again, with the lag all over the place, this is really quite annoying. Maybe my computer needs to be rebooted. So yeah, let's get rid of all this. It's a good thing I have a lot of money. So these guys are fine. So yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. Actually, let's just go and build an entire ring of these tall tree rows to use as guides. Like this. I do like the bird sounds. They're nice. Can't complain about that, right? Okay. Actually, I guess I didn't need quite as many, because as soon as I've got it set on one side, I'm going to be okay. So move over a little. Move over a little. And yeah, just probably about that much. Close enough. Actually, okay, this is really frustrating. Has the new expansion added like a crap ton of lag or something? That is not what I wanted. Because it really feels like the mouse is not being responsive. Or not new expansion, has the new patches. You know, the things that fixed all of the path finding. Is there any chance that something like that has occurred? I think that's a little farther. Yeah, that's a little too far. Even that could be a little closer. There. Not bad. Okay, and I think... Is this the last one? I don't remember. That's too far. It's almost right. So very close. There. We might even keep the square corners in this one. Not sure. We'll leave them in there for now. We may go and trim them off later on. I haven't decided if I want them or not. Alright, and now what we're going to do is lay out our grid of, say, we'll go right to high density streets, because we're going to want them eventually. And this grid size is going to be perfectly fine. And we will go ahead and go all the way there. No, it's not fine. What? Why doesn't it do an exact 2 high density wide? And I don't think it is. But we can use a trick to make sure that we've got that. Okay. We can use the tall tree row. And another one here. And then in both of these... Well, actually, just one is going to be fine. The way I'm going to do it, now that I think about it. We can do that. That ensures 2 high densities worth of buildings. Go to high density street. Yeah, see? It's not quite right. But what I can do is, yeah, I don't need double guideline, because as long as I hit shift, everything's going to work out okay. I forgot that I only need to set up the pair of parks in a situation where I'm not building my roads on a straight line, and therefore I need a different kind of guide. I guess we can leave some of these parks in for now. Well, no, actually these are all going to go away. We'll want some parks, but we're going to want them probably positioned a little differently than this. So, excuse me. So we've got the one direction going okay, but what we want to do is add this in the second direction as well. Again, I'm going to go straight to high density because I don't want to bother with tracking down all these silly little roads later and upgrading them, since this is part of my actual structure. I mean, I did the dirt roads earlier, before I'd gotten my money, because I wasn't sure. There was a little bit more of a question mark about the layout. And I wanted to make sure the money went as far as it possibly could. But now we're good, and we go straight to high density. Although, now that's interesting. And actually, I just realized this is not quite right either, because what it's doing is it's leaving me enough room for a road in between these blocks, which is not what I'm looking for. So we have to keep using this trick to keep getting the exact right size that we're looking for. Oops. Give me my road tool. So that's going to be a little too close, a little too close, a little too close. Come on. That's a little too far. I don't know, that might be the same, but you know what? Screw it. Good enough. Alright, so let's start actually dropping some stuff into our city here. Oh, let's go ahead and create that block as well. It didn't go at all. Wow, alright, so much lag. Yeah, this is probably going to be fine. Alright, that completes this particular pattern, which we may or may not continue to utilize. We'll see how it goes. Although, is it right? No, it's not. I'm being stupid here. You know why I'm being stupid? Because of stupid. I have the proper... I think it's fine. I think I'm second guessing some of my shapes. Technically, there's a little bit of possibility of something wonky happening. There, and I'm going to do this. Because that's the sides I actually want the buildings to grow on. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter, especially if I go and bulldoze later, but no, I've kind of optimized it to be right on one side. That's... I have a feeling that's not good. These little, like, half blocks in the corner just wig me out. I don't know what they're trying to do. And then this sort of, like, what is with these graphical artifacts? This little greenery all over. I'm not actually clicking. These are not zones. There we go. Finally clean that up. Oh, this game and its many, 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 many bugs. No, that's not where I want that. Because it's going to build on an angle. I mean, I could just do some click and drag here too, I guess. That might almost be easier. And what I can do here is put services down because it's going to have some space. And that will give them access to avenues. Now, sometimes it can be dangerous to do that. We've discussed that sort of thing before, but I think in this case it's going to be okay. I'm going to let, I don't know, do something like this. I think that'll leave enough room for those guys to grow. Oh, although I want a commercial block in the middle of all this. Whoops. I'm going to de-zone this whole area. Bulldoze all of this. And this is going to be commercial on both sides. Way these guys will have somewhere to shop nearby. And that should be great. That should be absolutely great. And I might copy this structure again and again. We'll see how it goes. But I think that it's got some potential there. Now, we are also going to want some industry, I think. And I need to remind myself where the wind is blowing. Which is here. Now, as I recall... Oh, it's over here. Alright, that's fine. Alright, get me out of this mode. That is more than fine. Let's go and get rid of these parks. What I'm going to do is make this stuff my industry. We might do more, we might do less. We'll see how it goes. I did read the wind chart right? Yes, it's blowing out this way. Good. That'll be totally fine. Now, there's the downside that the road is way over here, so people who are commuting into work will traverse the entire city. That being said, well, and there's a possibility they'll take some shortcuts through some of these avenues, but I think ultimately we'll be okay. We'll see how it goes. Plus, I'm not planning to do a ton of industry because one of my goals was relatively high population numbers, which mostly means more residential than actual industry. What are you whining about? Building fire. Yeah, all right. So that's starting quick. I don't remember if we've unlocked our higher level buildings yet. And we have. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the large fire station, even though it's quite costly. And yeah, my plan is to put it here. Oh, the garage is really close to the intersection, which is not what I was hoping for. I was hoping they'd pull in over there. Still, I think we're okay. And we can live without police for a little while. The fire is definitely very important, though. So we need to get our tax base up as quickly as possible. We're already losing money. Now, partially, it doesn't help that we're buying resources from other towns, but it's not that bad. And we're going to get a tax base up really fast. I mean, at some point we might want schools and things, but for now we won't have that. So I think even though we're building the really expensive utilities, I think we're going to be okay. Might change once we get like different types of transportation in here. Connect all the way over there. And then to here. And then really these intersections don't matter. This corner one is the only one that's got the high density kind of mapped the same way both ways. And here we actually do want one more guy, don't we? What do I do here? I just built. Technically there's going to be a little bit of wasted space, but you know what? There's not much room to squeeze anything in there no matter what. So actually I guess maybe last time I actually did do the adjustment, but yeah, there's not really any room to min-max anything. So there's going to be a gap between the buildings. We will live with it. So let me go ahead and do the same sort of thing as before. We'll get our commercial area. We need to extend this road. Like that. We can bulldoze these parks here. Yeah, we'll just do it via click and drag. There's a possibility we're going to have to go and bulldoze individual buildings from time to time here anyway, just to ensure that we get the highest possible density. Because again, I think I've seen that in other videos, you know, where like you get a little you get a big building here and a little building, another big building here, and if they sort of popped in a different order, then we would have been able to get 3 high density buildings instead of just 2. That sort of thing. So we'll have to, you know, go and hand massage things later on down the road. Oh, right, and that's... I want to leave enough room to grow. Which, again, I'm being a little premature with. No, you're premature. Alright, I think it's got potential. Let's go ahead and check the bulldozing things. Is it just this one? Whining about fire? Oh, and it was lined up the wrong way and everything. You go away then. You're not allowed to be a house. Already making positive tax money. Well, of course, we don't have any services. We should probably get the police station down, just to stop like crime from really establishing itself, and then forcing us to build lots and lots of prisons later on. So again, I want the police precinct. I'm going to tuck it in near the corner here, and then we'll expand it out towards the side. We'll see. We may end up moving these into middle later. We might move them somewhere else. We'll play it by ear, see how it goes. Yeah, I think this is working. Might not need quite as many cross streets as I put in. Could have taken a slightly different pattern to the build. Alright, let's get this down. Come on, double click. There we go. Get you down there. Fire blazing out of control. And I think we've got an arsonist from another town. And that's part of the reason, because I don't think you'd normally get quite this much fire quite this quickly. There, that's not bad. And again now, this particular... Come on, give me my guides. This particular bit here doesn't matter quite as much. Now, there's a risk that the town might end up looking a little boring and samey. So we may have to go and do some changes later on, just to mix it up. I think once we get, like, parks in, I don't know, a few other types of buildings like that, I think it'll mix up the look pretty nicely. And actually, I always like, as soon as the cities become high density, I find that they always look really nice. I just like the look of the skyscrapers. Especially if they're high wealth, which we are. Well, I don't know if we're going to go high wealth, actually, because I want big numbers. right? So low wealth, certainly, maybe some medium wealth. We'll see how it goes. Partially the medium wealth will be for the actual just look of the city. Nice not to have to build any guides over here, because we've already got the job done. Now, hopefully this is all going to be enough commercial. I think it will be, especially once we get our parks involved. Oh, and we can build more things on the outside here. In fact, there might be more industrial stuff, especially if we are able to get our technology level up. And it would be nice to have these people educated. Now, I can't remember if we've built a college or university outside of the city yet, so that we'll be able to send these Sims somewhere else to be educated, or if we'll have to spend the space here. Now, if we build a college or university here, of course, then we get the higher tech industry, which means we could have industry all along the outer edge of our city, and it'll be relatively clean. It won't be perfectly clean, but it'll be not too bad. So hopefully we still got lots and lots of excess. City should start to fill up relatively quickly. Population will jump up pretty dramatically, even with these low-density buildings. At some point, I will upgrade the avenues, but they don't have to be upgraded quite yet. I'm going to get rid of more of these guides that I don't need anymore while the city runs itself. We've got some more over here. And I think that may be the last of it. Now, he's probably asking for Maxis Man. No, thank you. No Maxis Man. We will take the upgrades. In some towns, I've complained about the fact that the town hall look changes, but here I definitely want the more, I don't know, more urbanized kind of town hall. It's not even urban, but the other one looks really rural, like cute little, like, individual town. Is this the fireworks thing? You know what? We'll totally do it. We should have, we should be fine on fire coverage. Actually, I will build one extra fire truck garage. I should probably actually build a helicopter right away. That's actually pretty effective. Oh, the dispatch tower is important. Oh, we can't build a fire helipad. Oh, we need an airport in the region. Oh, alright. Get our signs out anyway. Get you. We'll go ahead and put a dispatch. And that's probably going to be plenty good for now. Alright. I could round off a few of these corners, and I may. That does eat into your building place a little bit, especially with this sort of thing. Although, I mean, mostly what it's going to be eating into is these sorts of residences here that aren't going to have the room to grow density anyway. So that might be alright. Where am I going to want parks? Because I will want some high land value. I might build a couple sort of kitty corner here. A couple of medium wealth parks here and here, which should get lots of nice medium wealth here, and then we'll have the lower wealth right on the avenues. I mean, it's louder, there's more traffic there, plus there's more people that will spawn out of those buildings, so it'd be nice if they're right on the avenues. Yeah, I think I like that plan. So let's take a look at what kind of parks we might do. Well, maybe we'll have one nature park and one plaza for each one. We'll try to mix them up, what they are. We'll go community park, and then we'll go city park. I hope that's not going to cut into my high density placement. We'll see how it goes. A large path park. And you know what? Near the industry, we will go ahead and use the basics. Not the super big drivey one, though. Let's go small field. Does this have a driveway? No, it doesn't. There. And then, oh, I guess it's the sports thing that I'm going to be putting opposite. Technically, this is medium wealth, but I think it'll need the help. This is really big. Is the soccer field a little bit more manageable? It's still relatively huge, but we'll go ahead and put that in. And large skate park. Probably more efficient ways of doing this, especially if I just use the same one everywhere and just found one that was the right kind of size. You know what? You get the baseball field. Congratulations. Oh, I did it wrong in this corner. It's supposed to eat into 2 residential areas. You know what? It's fine. This baseball field is already going to eat into my high density placement over here. Takes up a lot of room, and I don't mind cutting back a little on the commercial for that. I guess the one downside is it might give me a lot of medium wealth commercial and not have enough low wealth commercial. Well, we'll see how it goes with the zones. What are they whining about now? Not enough freight producers, and I can definitely see that being true. The problem is the pollution. You know what? I think on this stretch of road... Oh, this has got the rail, which is actually a little bit inconvenient. Let's say we'll build some industry on the outside. Plus, it's close to the entrance. Oh, that's actually really inconvenient. And I do want more industry. I suppose I could make this more of a big industrial area. And actually, I will do that. I'm going to get rid of this residential area altogether. And we're going to fill that with industry instead. And we might grow beyond that. We'll see. That might be enough for now. Lots of happiness still kicking around. People are expanding. What are you complaining about? You want parks or something? You want to make a bet. 5,200. If you get 100 Sims into our parks in the next 3 days, it's yours. Well, that should be probably easy enough. We have a lot of parks. We don't have a huge population. But we do have a lot of parks. Waste disposal. Right. We can't get around having waste disposal. The wind flow is... Can we fit one in here? What is this? Oh, recycling center. Which we might do. Feels like I should be able to place it here. Shoot. That's a lot of traffic over here. And I don't want to make it worse by having the garbage right on. You know what? The garbage is going to have to be over here. Where does the road come out? The little traffic garbage road. Okay, so we want it kind of here. Yeah, I don't think these houses are going to stick around. And right away I'm going to build the incinerator. And then some garbage trucks. Yeah, this is not going to be much of a residential area. Alright, but we'll get the garbage taken care of, which is good. I could even connect this as like a... I think we can do a T intersection here. I'm not sure. And actually, that would be 2 intersections very nearby to one another. This technically works. We'll see. We might do some tests with that later, whether we want an intersection here or not. We probably won't want to if we also have all these side roads. Now, what are we going to do with all this stuff in the middle? To me, it looks like a beautiful... Like, thematically, this should all be... as high density commercial as possible. And actually, if we're not building any parks in the middle, this can be our low wealth commercial. I don't know, how well that works thematically. That is why I do a lot of things. I'm not convinced we're going to get anything useful off the these little roundabouts. Well, roundy bits, I should say, not roundabouts. And I think I can go ahead and zone something like that. I'm not sure these are going to be hugely profitable. And a lot of them are going to get replaced if we decide to put any add-ons in City Hall. But for now, it's okay. I think I might like a really big park here, too. Or we can put the hospital right here. That might be another really good potential. We do want the transportation, because we want to cut down on the number of vehicles, for one. And, of course, we are going to have people coming from out of town on buses. So we want an actual bus terminal. And we might tuck that in over here. I think it might be okay to do that. I think it very well may. Double-decker, obviously. Yeah, I'm going to put it right here on the angle. we're going to go and put bus stops everywhere. Even though we don't really need them on the outside here. But who knows, we might end up with cars here, or people wandering around at some point. Alright, try to greenify as much as possible. I'll probably miss a spot because I'm trying to go a little bit fast. And they are willing to walk, even when it doesn't look like it's totally green, they're still willing to walk a little bit for it. You know, some people, even the developers, have flipped back and forth as to whether you should be alternating the street signs, if you should have more of them, less of them. I'm going to be okay with this. I actually got pretty good coverage just by doing that, and then a couple in the middle. There. Looks pretty greenish to me. Maybe one over here. All right. Good, and then bus, or school bus ones as well, which we really only need in the residential areas. But I might go and plop all over just so that I know that I've got it covered. We'll see how it goes. I'm a little less concerned about being super efficient with the school bus stops because I feel like there's less kind of traffic done by this sort of thing. Which might be completely wrong. Wow, we got an achievement. Well, I've never gotten that achievement before? Come on. Maybe not on the server. I don't know. Maybe I was never quite this, I don't know, over-enthusiastic with all my bus stops. That's certainly possible. No thanks, we're not going to go evil. Not in this town. This town ain't big enough for that. Okay, so we're losing a heck of a lot of money now. Why? Do the bus stops cost me money? Oh, well, it does add up. Fire, police, parks. Oh. Still, I think the population will grow relatively quickly here, and I think that our tax rate will bounce back. Right now, we're mostly just waiting for some density changes, and it looks like I missed a spot right over there. I could accelerate the density changes by dropping more parks, but again, it doesn't really matter. Mostly all we have to do now is wait. We've got libraries and schools and things we could drop down. I might do a university in this end. We'll see. I think I'm mostly going to let things just fill up for now. Speaking of filling up, we could continue to increase our overall population by doing something kind of like that. Like that. I think there's going to be some rezoning here at some point because I think there's going to be still way too much residential. We do want it because we want nice high numbers, but I think there's going to be some space for some more commercial at the very least. I mean, probably more industrial unless we can really ship a lot of people out to other towns. We'll see how it goes. There's still a possibility of putting down park and rides, but I think I'm going to try to avoid it. There is a nice bottleneck here, I think mostly because we don't have the high density to high density kind of thing. So we're not going to take advantage of the three-way intersection. So let me drop, you know what, let's high density the entire outside. There's going to be some really nice potential for a streetcar loop as well in a few different places. In fact, maybe we'll streetcarify this loop right away and get that going because it's cool. I wish I'd done all the upgrades before now because now I've got to do a lot of little road segments. But yeah. I don't really have the population base to support that kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean we can't start thinking about it. And I can always pause this game, go to another town, and send myself some more money. We're working as a team here. All these towns. All right. Now we've got a full streetcar loop. And what I might do, actually we can make a streetcar station right here, I think. Let's go and find out. Streetcars. It's been ages since I built one of these. Really? We can't fit one in over here? Really? Oh, because it would be so pretty if we could. Oh, it needs room in the back. Alright. Well then, I don't know. Now it's just being bizarre. I'm going to put it here. So what we've created here is a closed loop. There's no way for the streetcar to get lost. It's less of an issue now. I'm willing to bet it's less of a problem. Now that I think about it, because they used to move around really kind of annoyingly and randomly. We'll see now. I think people can get on and off here. Or no, actually it's not green. So I guess we'll do that. There's a hell of a lot of range from this. There. And it's really far too early in the city's life to be doing this. But we have the money. I feel like I'm going to put one down there. Even though, I don't know. Maybe I didn't need it, but I think we're going to be okay. And then we wait. We're not going to build additional streetcars yet. We'll see how it goes. Pretty crowded. Maybe I should add another garage. We'll see how it goes after it's run for a while. That is a really, really long loop, actually, so they might be occupied. What to do when there's a fire? Brilliant Sims. That is the one thing. If we start to get them educated, it'll go really, really well. So let's take a look at some of the numbers, specifically with students. Just not enrolled, so I don't think they're being serviced by another town. But we should probably let it go for a little while first to see how it goes. I can't remember what I've done in the other cities and whether there's going to be some education there. All right, well, we don't have a huge backlog over here. This is actually pretty good. What's always scary is when you have one lane that just goes on forever and ever and ever. Again, population's not huge yet, but you know, it's there. Oh, right, I forgot we actually have 2 entrances to the city as well. Entrances and exits. All right, we should be okay. Maybe it's time for a hospital. And, you know, I keep wanting to save this spot for something really, really cool, and I'm not sure the hospital is the thing that's cool enough. But let's go ahead and put it down. Again, this is going to cost us way more money than we can possibly afford right now. You know what? I'm going to put it on the other side. Ew, I don't like the way it's being lined up. This will be okay. Put out a sign. If you are sick, come here. And we'll call that good enough. What do you want? Sure. Well, you even give me money just for increasing my population, which is going to happen more or less automatically. Wunderbar. Yeah, I'm going to want a high-tech school. I'm going to want something. Do we go for it right away? Well, I guess we could start growing the thing right away. We're going to replace these grade schools with high schools, and then finally with universities. Yeah, let's get it going. Again, this is going to be relatively temporary, but we'll go ahead and stick it here. Even though it's temporary, I'm still going to build the flag, and then we're going to go and just max out the classrooms. And we're down to about 500,000. What? No. What? Go. What do you... Go away! A pain in the ass. And we'll add another couple of school buses. Even though I'm not sure that we need them, but... Anyway, we'll get our student count up, we'll unlock the high school, put that down, and then we'll get enough students to be the university, and then we'll get rid of all the schools and just build the university. That's going to be more than enough, and no, we really don't need school buses over here. There's no residential. That's for the block party, which I don't care for. The mayor's house, which I do care for. Where do we want to live? I think I might... Oh, you know what? We can tuck in right over here. There we go. There's not enough room for high-density buildings here anyway. So we'll do that, which will give everyone a big boost of happiness and get us closer to higher density stuff a little faster. So I'm going to tell these guys not to throw a party. I don't need the money, and I don't want the garbage. And what do you want? Oh, probably the rail connection. Yeah, and actually that will increase the rate at which we get new residences, so probably should get that built as soon as possible if I can remember where the rail is. And where do I want to put it? Well, actually, it's mostly going to be a question of, do we have enough space or have we screwed ourselves? Trains. German? We, in fact, do not have this. Oh, no, here we're okay. Really? Oh, because of the bend. All right. Now, that'll work fine. Let me pull back a little further and then switch to the high-density street. We'll see if we can't give it a little bit of an arc. There. And that should be plenty fine. This potential double intersection might be a little wacky. We'll see how it goes. Nothing to do here but to add the sign and then call that good enough. Now, we don't have a water connection, which is actually okay because water takes up a lot of space. Actually, we're potentially losing a lot of space here. Although we don't really want to build on this thing anyway. We haven't really built on the outside. We'll see how it goes. We probably will at some point, but we're going to have to play that very cautiously. It's going to depend on how much traffic is on this outer avenue. And frankly, there might not be that much. People might not be using this outer avenue very much at all, which will actually leave us quite free to build on it. Frankly, maybe I should just do that. Why don't I? All right, I will. Fine, be that way. Let's drop a little bit of commercial at each one of these little crossings. This is definitely dicier, though. Especially right here. I don't want to do that. Build a little further away. We can build some commercial near this station, though, just because it's going to be relatively successful if we do. So yeah, we'll see. We may end up clearing all this stuff out. No, I want to leave that a little bit more blank than it is, and that as well. And over here, actually, I should do the same thing where I tuck in a little bit of, come on, of commerce right near the station. Is that bit's not going away, really? Because it's just going to annoy me? Okay, fine. Be that way. Already, we're not losing as much money as we were, even though we've been building more and more and more stuff, so it's a pretty good sign. You know, population injection over here. I think there's enough room for high density. I'm not positive, though. It looks like it is. It could hit the highest density, which is very, very nice. And we've got the high density road here. It's not streetcar, and we probably will want to do that, but we're going to have to build another streetcar depot somewhere. We might be able to tuck in a streetcar depot over here. It's not streetcar, huh? No. Almost be nice to build another streetcar loop over here, but I don't think it's long enough to warrant the space of the actual depot itself. Or station, I mean. Station, depot? I don't know. Maybe it is a depot. Maybe I got it right the first time. Get another upgrade over here. Now, it does feel like there's a great amount of space on the sides to flank this building with something, just for looks, if nothing else. We do want the sign, though, right here. But again, we're trying to maximize our population here, and space is going to be at a premium, so I'm not sure that I'll actually do that. In fact, building the city hall here in the first place is almost a little foolish. I should have offset it, put it in here in the corner. That would give me room for more high-density stuff over there, but I couldn't bring myself to do something that unsymmetrical, so that's no good. Anyway, this video has actually gone on way too long. I've got to go. See you folks next time. Bye-bye.